Hi guys, welcome to the Rustic Handyman. Today we are putting together a lifetime shed. This one here measures 7 by 4.5 feet. I would imagine that this is really common for any size of lifetime shed. They're kind of involved. There's a lot of screws and a lot of assembly. I don't imagine it's super complex because they're selling these things as kits, but it's several hours of work just putting these together. This shed is getting built on a slab and there's a little bit of a rise to that slab, so we're gonna have to build a custom ramp that will go up to the shed. Should be an interesting day. You can get these lifetime sheds through Amazon, and I will put a link for the one we're putting together today below this video. Guys, I want to apologize. This video is supposed to be a step-by-step how to put this shed together. And let's just say something went wrong and I did not get a lot of this recorded. And let's just blame it on the camera and not the cameraman. Anyway, this is what I got. Hopefully you enjoy watching it. So in this box, there's some smaller plastic pieces. We have a lot of screws and other structures, and then our pieces. We're kind of going to open this stuff up as we need it because all the descriptions are right there, so that makes it handy. There we go. Not lined up with our mark. Watch that over here. So I just bought this cabinet jig for hardware on cabinets, but I'm thinking that it's going to work really good for this. Take one of these and put it in where it's supposed to be anyway. I just had it like it was because it stores really nice in the box like that, but I'm going to use it as a stop for my jig so I can get everything right where I want it. I want to be in 3/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to set this at 3 inches. Okay, got that set. Now, I was just going to chalk line this, but I thought about this jig and I'm like, this is perfect. It's been a long day, guys, so if I'm kind of rambling, I apologize. It's been hot. It's one of the hottest days of the year so far. So now I'm going to move these drill sets into the 3-inch mark. They have little things that are positive lock where whenever you get to the place where you want it, it kind of locks itself in, so you know you're right on the money. So I'm going to move this one to the 3 as well. You have to actually turn the back around, I think, to make it lock in where you want. Probably didn't have to take it off that far. I apologize to you, my mic died, so it's just picking up the camera mic. So there we go. Now we have somewhat of a uniform way of marking these holes. It's just, I want to say it's just about 1/8 of an inch off from being center. Let's see what happens if I put this one on there. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's so close. Now it's basically touching on both sides. That's perfect. That works perfect. So we're gonna go with it. So we want to drill pilot holes in this composite so it doesn't split. And I think if I'm looking at this right, it's actually gonna go through a rib, which is even better. Give it more structural integrity. Look at that. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. Look at this. Look at this. Just take it, lay it right on there. Perfect placement. I'm not being sponsored by this company, but Oxter, if you want to sponsor me, I would sure be interested. I might have just found a new use for your cabinet hardware here. I'll show you what this looks like. Yeah, it's coming right through the ribs. Oh, beautiful. Now, unfortunately, this isn't going to help my situation here. I'm still going to have to use some chalk line for the middle to line those up. I don't know. I might actually just use the jig anyway and just, yeah, I probably will use the jig. I'll just take this apart and then just slide it wherever I need it once I get my measurements. That way, everything, all my holes are so uniform like that. Look at that. I can just slide it wherever I want. That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get my measurements so I can go ahead and get all these in place before I even get over there. We're gonna measure from the end. We're gonna mark the first one at 11 5/8. So I'm gonna mark it right here about this far in so that I can see the mark. Let's go measure them all. 36. So I marked a mark at my first dimension and I can see it. So I'm just gonna hold this where it needs to be and drill it. Actually, no, I'm gonna measure all mine first rather than switch back and forth. So that one was 11 5/8. The next one is 24 1/2. The next one is 36 3/4. Now, take our little jig and put it where it needs to be. Slide it on over to the next spot. Line it up good and square. Okay, we got one drilled. We're gonna take it over, make sure it fits, everything lines up before we drill the rest of them. Now this center one I knew was high. We're still gonna have to work on it to get it down where it should be. Looks pretty good. All right, we're gonna start with putting one in the end. Okay, we're only gonna put one screw in the boards as we go down in case we have to scoot everything to square it up. We want to be able to move it. And we're already having enough fun. Rivets. Actually, I don't even know if we want to do that. I almost like it without them. I think we're going to just butt them up. Yeah, I like that better. With a ramp, we want it as smooth as possible. Okay. And we can square this one up as well. Make sure we're keeping everything on the wood. Before we get too much farther, I'm going to shove dirt and everything back under this because number one, we don't know where to go with it. But number two, that's where it needs to go. Plus for drainage reasons and stuff, we don't want a big mud hole here underneath here. You want to put the dirt under here though. This is what you do when you don't have the right tool. You make it work. There it is, guys.